Okay, this is, I'm going to repeat that lesson I gave last Thursday night, or a couple of nights back, on Internal Gung-Fu, namely the Internal Gung-Fu of Tai Chi. The difference between Internal Gung-Fu and External Gung-Fu, I lump External Gung-Fu and all the external styles together. It doesn't matter whether it's Gung-Fu or Karate, Taekwondo, they're all external systems, so we'll lump them all together. And then on the other side we have the Internal Gung-Fu. One of the main differences between Internal Gung-Fu and hard styles is the fact that, well, what happens in any hard style system, just throw a punch there, Walsh, say for instance we're doing this and doing that sort of a move there. Oh sorry, this fist will be really closed tightly. What happens is the external stylist, when they punch, they're only aiming at that area. They're only looking to do damage to where the fist or the knee or the foot strikes to. So I would only be looking to do damage to maybe break a few bones here in the rib area, maybe wind him or something like that. But I'm only attacking that area where I'm punching to. The internal Gung-Fu systems, just throw the punch again there, will upset, even though I struck Wally in the neck here, well, stomach 9 mate, that's where I struck automatically. That's my favourite point, is stomach 9. So maybe stomach 9, you can strike to any of the neck points if you wish. I would have affected a lot more than just where my fingers have struck. I would have affected his brain, I would have affected his heart, and I would have also affected his lungs. Not only because of where my fingers struck here, but where my hand has also struck on his arm here as the setup to the strike. That time I actually went up the arm. So I'm going against the internal flow of energy to his arm. So that would have caused a different thing than had I gone down this way and struck. That's another area of internal Gung-Fu. So in internal Gung-Fu, we don't just do what's called a one-shot. We do several different things to the body simply by even striking at one portion of the body. But we can also do things to the body physically before we actually get to the final strike. Yeah, watch out, they bite through clothes. Yeah. Great Gung-Fu person I am. Can't even tread on a march fly. If he falls on anyone, if he falls on me, tell me. Anyway, right. That's the... Yeah. So, internal Gung-Fu, there are many different aspects that we go to. We can actually affect the whole energy system of the body before we've struck the final resting place. For instance, in that one there, that's simply that, with the right mind intent, and what's called sucking energy, which is that using Lao Gong point. That's getting into a whole different story. He's on Fiona, quick, get him. On that move, yeah. Oh! So we can upset the whole energy system of the whole body in simply whacking the arm in a certain way, sucking energy. So that's the main difference between internal and external. There's also a difference in the fact that because we're only attacking just this one portion here, we need the maximum amount of physical power to strike to that portion there. And so, because for the most part the external martial artists simply don't know about what's called Fa Jing, they have to punch from back there. It's pure physical brute force. It can be very powerful because you've got such a long stroke and a big push with the back foot, and you're pushing with what's called a reverse strike here. But what happens is, of course, this is why many of the karate people and the external martial artists are simply beaten by really good grapplers. I've seen it many, many times. It's simply because while he's out there, and most karate people are taught, put this or this or this or something like this, but the fist is back here ready to strike, and it's already in a tight fist. Hey, Laura, how are you, beautiful? So while he's coming in, remember, he's got the element of surprise. If he rushes at me, I won't even think about it till he's about here. Even if I've got tip-top reflexes, I won't even think about his attack till he's here, till he's about there. So then I've got to punch right from here right through to here. Remember, he's still on the move. So even if I'm fast with this, By the time I'm there, he's even in closer. He's right into here. And I've just got that little thing to do. If you've got good strong abs, then he's fine. So it takes too long to get this from here to here. So another one of the main differences is the way in which we punch and get the power for the punch. Okay, so another one of the main differences is the way in which we get the power for the punch. Yeah, as I said, you can do that. You can hit this as hard as you want, even if you're a seasoned external martial artist. And see, it'll only ever move the thing that far. And it'll do damage, but I've used that much energy to gain that much effect. In the internal Gung-Fu, we tend to punch from this distance, which, of course, most external systems, and I'll say most, I mean all of them, cannot do this. They can't punch from just that distance. So you can get great power by using Fa Jing just from this distance here, which, of course, if someone's rushing at you, and you have to punch from there. You must punch